Hello America, this is Call of Duty Goddess. Today is February 14th, 2016. Happy Valentine's Day. I'd like to first share with you a petition of malicious intent to harm passengers in Finicum truck by Oregon and federal officials. I'll leave the link below for that. Please sign it and share it as much as you can. What I'd like to talk about today was given to me by John Brown, YouTuber, and it's in reference to the Josh Bernstein show. I watched a couple snippets of a couple of his shows and I really like the way this guy thinks. So I will leave a link below for his website, and I want to direct you to his YouTube channel, Josh Bernstein. I'll leave the link for everything, of course. And he does bring up an interesting point of why he thinks LaVoy Finicum was killed. Let's listen to him.
Now, is there a possible motive for shooting LaVoy? I believe in some respects that when they decided to do this, ambush by fooling everyone and having them go out to this John Day Senior Center to do this speech, I believe that their intent was to kill. I truly do. And the proof of that is him putting his hands up. If they didn't want to kill him and he had his hands up, he'd still be alive. I believe that there was intent here. Now, why do I say that? Why would I go out on a limb and say that he was a target and that they weren't having any plans to take him alive? I believe it could be because of this. Go ahead and roll this clip.
Rick. I, for one, am sick of being spied on. This is a great day for me personally. Oh, man. That's all we need to do. Job's done. Let's go get the other one.
All right. They're just sitting there with magnets and plugged in. It's a magnet base and plugs. It is directional. I'm sure that they can just replace this and put it back to working.
Yep. Well, we'll take it down again.
Take it down again.
We'll take it down again. We're here for the long haul. All right. I'll bet you we can go down there and circle around, and whoever's leading out, tell me where to go next.
Okay, so you have that there. Now I'm going to go a step further and show you a video of a little bit more that he did. He actually gave serial numbers out that were on those video cameras to the reporters there.
Would you like to come and get these numbers here and trace them down, sir? You're part of the press. Get your job done. Let's do it. Okay. All right.
Yeah, so he gives the press the numbers so they can trace it down and take care of that. So I was given this information by YouTuber John Brown, and it's very interesting. This is posted by Becky on the Voice of Idaho, and it's about the smart grid system. It goes on to say SCADA is the acronym for Supervisory Control and Data Acquisition Device. SCADA systems are the interface devices between hardware and software systems. And it goes on to say that the Malheur occupiers thought that it was the government that was spying on them, but really it was a non-governmental organization that was not a part of the American government. So ladies and gentlemen, we are being spied on by non-governmental agencies, okay, NGOs, that are not owned by Americans. Hello, can you say beast system? This is the beast system here. This is the UN, okay? They go on to point out Mussolini, which I have studied a bit on, and yeah, that's fascism for you. She goes on to say that fusion centers are collection and command and control centers at the national level. The Total Information Awareness System, TIA, brought to you by DARPA or ARPA or whatever they are calling themselves, because it seems like every time we catch on to what they're doing, they change their name. Isn't that the way it goes? So anyway, It's the system of systems that was designed to provide government access to the data in all of the systems in the above graphic, which is all of our infrastructure. I'll let you see it. I'll try to enlarge it. And she goes on to state that, ironically, the technology for these systems was the result of the Nunn-Lugar Cooperative Threat Reduction Act of 1993. And she shows here all of the systems that are involved. She goes on to show that the North American International Trade Corridor Development Plan, the Total Information Awareness Program, and I mean, here she has Booz Allen circled here, Booz Allen Hamilton. She's saying, and I couldn't agree with her more, and she does a wonderful job, in my opinion, is that it's been pounded in our head that America's free. We are free. Home of the free, land of the brave, right? And our country was born on rebellion. So, with that being said, they've got to cage us in, and they're going to stop at nothing to get our guns and to track our every move. And you have here the Real ID with the GPS tracking in it, the Human Asset Fusion Center information screen. So the smart meters are in fact attached to the smart grid. Everything that is smart, including our cell phones, those stupid little smart cars where you're waiting for 20 clowns to pop out of it, I wouldn't doubt if that's attached as well, or it will be down the road. Anyway, the objective of the smart grid is to be able to control our electric infrastructure, which includes the electricity usage in our homes, using the smart meter control device. Now, I did a video on my other account about smart meters and how they blew up on people and killed people, these smart meters. Anyway, the regulatory structure is, she writes, a significant amount of the research that she has done on the systems of the technocratic tyranny included the deregulation of our utilities and the establishment of a self-regulatory structure that is not American. Oh my goodness! Did you hear that? Technocratic tyranny included the deregulation, no regulation, of our utilities and the establishment of a self-regulatory structure that's not American, so they can do whatever they want. This gets more and more frightening by the day, and it's like, what do you do? What do you do? You want to grab these people up by the collars and just shake them and say, what do you think you're doing? Do you understand what you have done? Anyway, FERC, the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, is an independent agency that regulates the interstate transmission of electricity, natural gas, and oil. And NERC is the North American Electric Reliability Corporation, and it's a not-for-profit international regulatory authority. Again, I'll say it. It's a not-for-profit international regulatory authority whose mission is to assure the reliability of the bulk power system in North America. NERC develops and enforces reliability standards, annually assesses seasonal and long-term reliability, monitors the bulk power system through system awareness, and educates, trains, and certifies industry personnel. NERC's area of responsibility spans the continental United States, Canada, and the northern portion of Baja California, Mexico. NERC is the Electric Reliability Organization for North America, subject to oversight by the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, or FERC, and government authorities in Canada. NERC's jurisdiction includes users, owners, and operators of the bulk of the power system, which serves more than 330 million people. So they are in charge of everything. Okay? That's crazy. Now, when you think of that, them being in charge of everything, and in the 3 countries, that just a bell goes off in my head about the TPP. So let's hear a little bit about the TPP.
One of the biggest and most secretive trade deals in history has finally been revealed in full, and critics say it's even worse than they thought. On Thursday, the complete text of the controversial Trans-Pacific Partnership was released after years of closely guarded talks. The TPP was agreed to last month between the United States and 11 other Pacific Rim nations. The group represents 40% of the world's economy. It will set common standards in areas including employment, food safety, the internet, corporate governance, and intellectual property. It also establishes new tribunals under which corporations can sue governments for laws that affect their profits. The legal mechanism is called the Investor State Dispute Settlement, or ISDS.
So the corporations can sue the government, or we the people more accurately, for anything that they feel that when they're not making a profit? Seriously? A corporation will be able to sue we the people to get money out of us if they feel they're not making enough profit. Now really, can you count on your hand, on one hand, how many true blue and honest politicians there are in the Capitol building and in DC? Can you count on one hand? I can't. So who's to say that they won't bring up, just pile on these corporations, just pile on all these stupid little litigations in the courtroom under the bar system, which I'm not even going to go into right now. Oh my goodness, that's a whole other ball game there. But can you imagine all these crooked politicians up there pushing all these litigations through, okay, to get money and drain us even further? Wow. Wow. Anyway, let's go back. It says here, you'll notice that the description above says that NERC is subject to the oversight of FERC. Baloney. That's not how the dynamics of organizational works. NERC develops and enforces regulations for the transmission grid, and they are in control of the regional command and control centers for the transmission grid. So NERC is the regulatory organization and FERC is subservient to NERC. Now, people, do you understand how detrimental this is to us? This is our power grid. This is everything. If this were to shut down in the dead of winter or the dead of summer, thousands of people would be killed very quickly. Very, very quickly. Anyway, let's go to the bottom line here and sum it up. These are foreign private organizations in charge of our power grid. What the occupiers of Malheur did is a far greater service for the American people than even they knew. By the removal of those surveillance cameras, they provided the opportunity for me to explain at least partially why I don't believe that we have an American government at the federal level anymore. Thank you. I love you. Becky, you wrote this, or Vicky. Vicky, I love you, because we do not have a government anymore. We are subservient to the UN. The UN has effectively taken us over. Just saying. I'm sorry. Governing authority has been transferred to non-governmental, North American and or United Nations organizations. Our only hope of reclaiming the Republic with an American government for the American people is to begin by reclaiming local government at the county level, where we can still have a lawful, constitutional structure from which to rebuild. Thank you, occupiers. You are true American patriots. And that's from Vicki Davis. Thank you, Vicki. That was wonderful. Very good. You really did your homework. This is Call of Duty Goddess signing off. I'll leave all the links below. And as always, I've got your 6. Happy Valentine's Day.